This episode is brought to you by Naked Fig Soap. Shop over a dozen handcrafted artisan soaps locally sourced and made in Arizona using the finest non-toxic intentional ingredients. Naked Fig Soap also offers facial care products along with accessories like soap dishes, soap saver bags, and more.
Visit their website at nakedfigsoap.com and use code DRUMMINGUP, all one word, for 20% off online orders. And that is the best place to find her now.
Yes.
She doesn't really have a storefront so much as she has
As of right now.
Yeah, as of right now,
Yes.
she has her products in certain locations,
Yes.
which again is the best place to find her is at her nakedfigsoap.com website.
Yes.
Or her socials. Instagram is a great spot to find her. Ask her any questions where she's going to be at like a farmer's market.
Yes.
You can find all that out. Or
But coming up, she's
Yeah.
moving to bigger and better opportunities.
Yes, absolutely. And we're very happy to hear that because,
Yes.
you know, we just want to
She's
make
one
sure
of our
she's doing okay.
favorite companies.
Oh, yeah. Whenever we're getting low, we always place our order.
Yes.
You know, and again, use that code drumming up,
Yes.
all one word, to get that 20% off discount.
For sure.
nakedfigsoap.com. It'll be in the show notes. We'll have her website. And then the best thing to do is from the website, go find her socials, follow her. That helps her. And by you doing that, it helps us because we know you're listening and we know you're buying her great products. She also offers tattoo care and everything too.
Yes,
so
she does.
Just a ton of stuff that she does. It's all locally made and everything. So what was that website again?
That is nakedfigsoap.com.
Using code drumming
Drumming
up,
Up.
all one word, for 20% off at checkout.
Hi there, this is Julian of Gorad, and you are listening to Drumming Up Conversation. Hell yeah.
Drumming up conversation. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Conversation. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Conversation. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Conversation. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Drumming up, yeah. Conversation. Yeah.
Hey, this is Jeff Bowders, and you are watching the Drumming Up Conversation podcast.
You're making this so much easier than it needs to be. Thank you, sweetie. Hello and welcome to Drumming Up Conversation. I'm Justin Wood.
True Now True music is provided by Arizona prog metal band Temporal Displacement. You can listen to their music anywhere you listen to your favorite music, Spotify, Apple, wherever. Grana's licking our paperwork. You can email us at drummingupconversation@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Drumming Up Conversation, and on X at Drum Conversing. You can listen to our audio versions of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And you can watch the video version on YouTube. Don't forget to do all the good things like follow, subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars, tell a friend.
Yep. Yeah. So had a little difficulties at the beginning there because with the new camera and stuff, I've got things and plugged in different areas and all that. So I'm just still getting used to that. And it's
Bye.
different. Yeah. It's different when we have someone in studio now than, yeah. So I just got to get some stuff worked out. Seems like a reoccurring thing that always happens, but we've got it all figured out now.
Yep.
So
Awesome.
yeah, we're doing this on a Monday, so which is
Very hot Monday.
yeah.
It's like
We
85
haven't
degrees here.
We've had like a week of winter.
That's about it.
So yeah.
It smelled so good out this morning when I dropped you off at work.
Yeah.
It smelled like everything was blooming.
It's spring.
Yep.
Everywhere else is getting winter, but
Yep.
we're getting spring. So thanks a lot. Push it our way. Stop complaining and push it our way.
Yep.
So well, I'd say how's your week been already, but it's only been a day.
It's just a day.
Yeah. It was a weird weekend.
Yeah. Busy.
It was busy, but in different ways. So
Yep.
but we went over to Brad and Karen's on Saturday, and that was a lot of fun. I got my hair cut.
Yep.
And then after that, we went and picked up some stuff, and then we went to their house and weren't sure what we're getting into or how that was going to go. And it went really, really well. We had a lot of fun. I know I really enjoyed it. We got a cool photo out of it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And we'll definitely be doing more of that with them. So we're supposed to have someone there to help pour, but
He bailed.
Corey didn't want to show up and be friends with us. So I guess we'll just keep going to his things and he won't come to ours. So I'm kidding.
He comes to our wrestling stuff sometimes.
No, he does.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. He's always invited, but
Yep.
yeah. But and then yesterday we just kind of took it easy for the most part.
For the most
We
part.
went shopping and yeah,
Kids still recuperating.
yeah, I tried watching the Super Bowl. I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
Just wasn't good. The last few years I haven't really been enjoying it much. So like last year I was like, oh yeah, last year we're in Flagstaff when it was going on. Like we couldn't care
Yeah.
less. And yeah. So I just yeah, just haven't really been too interested in it. So
No. School Spirits is getting really good though.
yeah.
The new season.
Mhm.
It's getting a little darker this season, which I like.
And we've actually I've been utilizing the IMDb Pro, reached out to a bunch of people. So far haven't gotten a yes, but a lot of them haven't responded yet. And we've gotten not a no on a
Nobody's
couple. Yeah. So
maybe later this year.
we're kind of like I know people are always like, well, start out crawl, walk, run. Well, we've kind of crawled and walked, so I'm just starting to run now. So
Yeah.
I'm just kind of reaching for like screw it, I'll just reach out to whomever.
Yep.
Just takes a few minutes to send an email, and having that is cool. And it is nice that we finally started getting responses too. At least we know they're getting them.
Yeah.
So that's been a lot of fun. And we've only reached out to maybe a handful, maybe a little bit more than that so far. So just I did it for a little bit. What was it, yesterday or Saturday or something? Saturday, I think it was.
Couple big ones though that were just try later.
Yeah, the one we got.
Wasn't a no.
Yeah, the one we got on Saturday night was fun. We were with Brad and Karen. I was like, hey guys, just real quick, I just wanted to read this real fast. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, just always working.
Yeah.
Try not to be on the phone too much. And I really wasn't. And we had a couple cigars on their patio. They had a really cool bar set up, which was fun.
Some really good wine.
That white was really good.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's gonna be nice when Andrew has the Descendants.
Yes.
That'll be really
I
nice
love that
to
one.
get that. That's really, really good. Really, really good white. So, but yeah, it was kind of a boring weekend for us compared to the one that's coming up.
I wouldn't say boring. It was super busy.
Yeah, we had some stuff scheduled that we weren't able to do.
Maybe like boring earlier and
And
Saturday
yeah, yeah.
before we went
Yeah.
out.
For a little bit there, we had quite a bit um scheduled for Saturday morning, and then
Then we did it.
that we didn't,
Yeah.
and then so we just kind of, and it was nice kind of to just take it easy. And then but this weekend we're going to be like super super busy, which is good.
Yeah.
Starting at like Thursday.
Yeah.
I think Thursday, Friday we are. I don't think we have anything much going on Saturday, which is good.
Yeah.
And then Sunday for sure. And then I don't know about Monday. So yeah, 3-day weekend. That'll be nice. But then yeah, we're going to the Renaissance Festival Sunday, so that'll be fun.
Yep.
And then people we're spending Sunday with for the Renaissance Festival are coming over. We're gonna watch a movie. We're gonna be like super super busy, which is good.
Yeah.
Starting at like Thursday.
Yeah.
I think Thursday, Friday we are. I don't think we have anything much going on Saturday, which is good.
Yeah.
And then Sunday for sure. And then I don't know about Monday. So yeah, 3-day weekend. That'll be nice. But then yeah, we're going to the Renaissance Festival Sunday, so that'll be fun.
Yep.
And then people we're spending Sunday with for the Renaissance Festival are coming over. We're gonna watch a movie that I've never seen. I don't know if you've ever seen. Have you ever seen Aliens?
Is that the
It's
very
the
first
second
one?
one.
Probably.
Okay.
What year is it from?
Maybe 80-ish.
I've probably seen it.
I think the first one was late 70s, I believe. And I
Right.
know we watched that one together because you're like, you've never seen, like, I've never just, I don't know, it's never been into it. I know the big
Gist
moments.
of it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like when the thing pops out of
Yeah.
his stomach and all that, and but um yeah, Matt kept saying how good the second one is. I'm like, yeah, I've never seen it. He's like, all right, well, we'll do it. We'll plan a night. And like, well, we have Monday, the whatever day it is, off, and let's just do it then. So, yeah. And we love spending time with Matt and Chloe for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure. Two of the many we like. Yes, we are. So
It's
today
all
we're
good.
yeah. So today we're joined by Susan Gallagher. Probably know her best from Cobra Kai. She's also been in Tulsa King. And so we're really excited about this. We always start off with where were you born and where are you located now?
I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina, and today I am in the center of the state of Florida. I'm in Polk County.
Okay, very
Mhm.
nice.
As the youngest of four children, how did your family background influence your career?
Well, my mother, June Creighton, she was in the entertainment industry since a young girl. She had her own radio show when she was in elementary school in Birmingham, Alabama, and the surrounding areas. And she opened for Mel Torme, Donna Shore,
Wow.
um, yeah, Tony Bennett. She's a very talented woman and worked all over. And I think I sort of got the bug from her, the showbiz bug from her at a very young age.
Did any of your siblings follow?
My sister Barbara, she got her master's at Juilliard in New York City in classical composition. So she's a classical composer and plays the piano and the flute. And so she's a musician and she teaches music. And
Nice.
yeah, yeah. And then my brother Ed Gallagher, he plays the drums, the bongos, I mean, he's always had a lot of rhythm. So, none of them really, well, Barbara is still pursuing it professionally as much as she can. But I mean, it's a tough business. So,
Yeah.
but she's very talented and she continues to have more and more of her work, uh, published and, performed. And, I'm really proud of her, proud
That's
of both my
awesome.
siblings. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, my
awesome.
brother's a retired Master Chief from the Navy.
Oh,
So
cool.
he's our hero.
Yes, that's really cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a patriot.
That's awesome. We love hearing that. So we're big supporters of our troops. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Me
Yeah.
too.
So, how was the audition process for Cobra Kai, and was Lynn the character you originally auditioned for?
Yes. I, I I used to go on to this site called actorsaccess.com, which is kind of connected to the breakdowns that come out of Los Angeles. But the actorsaccess.com site, you can self-submit. You don't even have to have an agent to be able to submit yourself. And it has regional markets. And so I always would check my market, which would be, of course, the Southeast. And I was very intentional about looking for roles that would provide footage for me that I needed to get out of the little tiny box that the business had put me in. And I knew that I always wanted and should be a more of a character actress. And so when I saw this role of the homeless woman in this new series called Cobra Kai, I started doing some research and researched the big three: John Hurwitz, Hayden Schlossberg, and Josh Heald. Josh Heald, of course, is the hot tub time machine guy, and
Hmm.
the other two are Harold and Kumar. And I thought, God, these guys are so legit. And then I kept reading, and I saw that Ralph Macchio and William Zabka and Martin Kove were all attached too. And I thought this thing could be huge, right? Because the Karate Kid was such a success. And I really loved the thought of playing this Lynn character more sassy and not victimy. I wasn't going to go in that direction at all, but I knew that I was going to have to go in character. So I went for more of a drug addict look. And actually, the first thing I did was look to see who the casting director was because it was shooting in Atlanta, and I know most of them. But this casting director did not know me, so I thought, okay, maybe I can sneak in there because the others would be Susan Gallagher. No way. So anyway, I had a buddy of mine that's in the lighting business, Bo Williams, that lives around the lake from me, to come over, and he had taken some horrible headshots of me just in an old beat up t-shirt, and I had dark underneath my eyes, and kind of went for the third shift Waffle House, woman who was down on her luck, and just, a very different headshot than any of the ones that I had. But and so they chose that. They said, okay, let this woman audition. So I made it past the headshot, and then I said, okay, all right, well, I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. And I did. I think I did two different takes. I think in one I had like a black toboggan on my head, and I think I sort of back brushed my hair, sort of like dreads, and put dark underneath my eyes and whited out my lips and my eyebrows. I mean, I straight up looked like a drug addict. And then the other take, it was more sassy, and I had like a piece of paper and I threw it at the buddy of mine who was reading, who owns a studio up in Asheville, North Carolina. And we just, I mean, we were laughing so hard in between the takes that we just had a blast doing it because it was such a long shot. I said, okay, John O, that's his name. I said, we're just going to have a lot of fun with this. And I had worn my husband's like old beat up sweats and sweatshirt, and he's a big guy. So, I was feeling pretty good. But then I got the call back and I thought, oh gosh, I've got to go to Atlanta to the casting director's office and meet these guys, the big three. So I knew I was going to have to go in character again, and I did. And when I was getting out of my car in the parking lot, I saw the security guy, and I'm dressed like a homeless person. And I said, "Hey," I said, "You see me getting out of this car? You let me back in my car. I've got a call back for a show." And he said, "Oh, you look great. I'll remember you." Blah blah blah. So I went up and just met the guys, and they were great, of course. And I just had a blast. And um, when I was walking out, Hayden Schlossberg looked at me and said, "Well, we got to do something about those teeth." I said, "Bring it." And they do. They literally would paint each one of my teeth brown, and then they would go in back in between my teeth with dark brown. So they were straight up disgusting. And I didn't care at all. I mean, I got the part basically.
Yeah.
But when I'm in hair and makeup, which is quite a transformation, they cover me in dirt makeup and on my hands and my nails. And you're not getting a mani pedi anytime before or after you play Homeless Lynn, because you might get called back and then you've got this nice manicure you've got to undo. So it was just one of those things that I really wanted to book to prove to myself and to the casting community and directors and producers out there that I can play a lot of different things, and I'm not afraid to look horrible on camera. I've got a lot of friends in the business, and they're like, "How can you let yourself, look so horrible, for the world to see?" And the older I get, the more comfortable I am with not looking great. And it's liberating, because if I've got to have a bad hair day, who cares? Lynn doesn't care. And if I gain a pound or two, it doesn't matter. And I'm just more interested in the role and what kind of fun and truth. And I love puppy dogs. I see the dog. What kind of truth I can, hopefully bring to the character.
Yeah, because I mean, it's one of our favorite characters for sure. Like there's times when someone will ask us to do something, or like I'll do it for meth and burrito.
I love that. I have people say things to me like that to me all the time, even moms and their kids, and they'll go around the house with these one-liners that the big three wrote, so brilliantly for Lynn to say. So yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we use a lot of lines from the series all the time. We were
Yeah.
watching that because we go back and restart it every once in a while because we love it so much. And we were watching the one last night where Robbie was, or where Johnny was in, where Robbie, and he's feeding him and all that, and you're asking him if he's going to finish his food, and you take it, you vulture, and all that stuff. So we just
Oh yeah, in the soup kitchen. Yeah.
the soup kitchen.
When he's-
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You want to hear something that I haven't shared with a lot of people?
sure.
In that scene, uh, oh God, I can't even believe I'm saying this. And it was so disgusting. Um, that it was cut. But after I'm in line and and I get the soup, um, and then I think Johnny and I have an exchange, and then Robbie spills the big pot of soup all over the floor. and I think it was split pea soup, and it was
Right.
it was about this thick. I mean, it wasn't just like smeared on the top of the floor. It was about this thick. And so they wanted me to rub my hands in it and rub it all over my face and my mouth and lick my fingers. And I did. I didn't care. I mean, I thought, oh girl, but I just got it off the top, the very top. I'm not, and I think that's when we were still on YouTube Red, and I think they were just so shocked. They thought that's too much. We can't go that far, so they cut that out. I don't know if it's in the deleted scenes
Yeah,
videos
I
or
wonder
whatever.
if that's going to be in the new.
Yeah, because we pre-ordered the complete series. I wonder if it'll be in any of that.
Well,
So
check that out.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
check
That
that
will
I
out.
think it comes out in March, so we'll let you
Okay,
know.
yeah, let me know if it is. Then maybe I'll buy it because I'd love to have that footage.
For sure, for sure. Well, and that goes to another part too, that I wanted to ask about is that where Tori and her aunt were talking and you were outside the dojo. Was there any part that you
Yeah,
were going to interfere with that? Was there any talk about you interfering in that?
that was an interesting. Yeah, that was an interesting scene because I think that was like the first time that I had gone back after COVID, maybe. I don't know. They kind of run together, but yeah, they had wanted the purpose of that was to show how terrifying Aunt Candace, I think was her name, really, really was, that she scared Lynn. I think that was their intention. And it didn't really sit well with me. I didn't think that Lynn would have reacted that way, but I'm going to do whatever they want me to do. I don't care.
Mhm.
Um, and I kind of wish that I had, added a little something to it. Um, yeah, because a lot of people have commented about that, oh, Lynn's going to get her, Lynn's going to get her. And I
Right.
Yeah.
think Lynn probably, but what I should have done is just maybe been more involved with my burrito or whatever I was eating. Because if you notice, Lynn
Yeah.
never
Yeah,
misses
you
a
were eating it
meal.
with your hands or
So,
whatever and just yeah.
yeah, yeah, I think, I missed a moment just as an actor. I could have like, screw her, man. Let me get over here and see what I gotta eat. So it's hindsight's always 2020 when you go
Yeah.
back and oh man, I should have done this and I should have done that. But anyway, it is what it is.
It's still great. It's still great.
Did they let
Hey,
you
thanks.
improvise any of it?
Do what?
Did they let you improvise anything?
They did. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were great about that. I remember probably one of the most memorable ones was in the scene where I'm sitting on the curb eating the donuts and I'm spinning that donut on my finger. And and I said, what is it? Bakery shops giving away fritters and you keep your paws off my bounty. And he says, can't you be homeless somewhere else? And I was like, oh, you taking me home with you,
Oh,
baby? And he says, you wish. And then this is what I just threw in there. It wasn't in the script. I just went, "Row," a cat call. And that cat call, it took on a life of its own. And some of these fan artists that we have that are so talented um, started drawing this one, Adelson Rice from Brazil. Love him. He started drawing Lynn with the cats. And so then we would go no meowsy instead of no mercy, no
Right.
meowsy. And it was just we had a lot of fun with that. So
That's awesome.
I've had a
Awesome.
blast with the fans. I just enjoyed all of that so much.
Yeah. Well, we enjoy it too because there's some of it you're just like, oh, that almost seems like it wasn't scripted. It was just someone just being more into the character, and
Yeah,
definitely that was one of them. And yeah, just there's a
yeah.
few things just yeah that just it's great. And like we had Matt Borlangi on, and he even talked about you and him having like a relationship possibly on the series as well that he said
I
got
know. I
canned.
love I love Matt and Lyle. And we used to
Yes.
do a hashtag that says Lynn Hart Lyle. I mean, I don't know. It's so funny the way you try to encourage different little storylines and see if the fans like them, or um, that was a really funny one. And he always did a great job. I love
Mhm.
that character. He
Yeah.
was probably my favorite character was Lyle, the pawn shop guy.
Yeah. Well, you both of you
Just
and
that
maybe
deadpan humor.
oh
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you and Nestor probably you both and Nestor as well. Like Nestor just had, the convenience store guy had a good thing too. Just I mean, that's what's so great about the
Yeah.
series is even like the non-regulars that are, in 5, 6 episodes and so forth, still had such
Right.
big parts to play in the series. Like you and Matt and
Well,
everyone.
yeah.
It just speaks to how highly it was regarded and how great you guys did in the parts you had of making it your own and memorable. And that's what we love about the series. I mean, we've watched it. We're on, I think, the ninth or 10th run watching it now. So,
That's
At
great. Thank you
least.
so much,
Oh,
guys.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
absolutely.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
we love the fans. I mean, everybody just absolutely appreciates everything because we do have the best fans ever.
yeah,
And it started, with the Karate Kid fans because it
Mhm.
it just had such a strong following and I'm just so grateful to have been even a small part in
hmm
something that is so special to so many people.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we say lines all the time and don't even realize we're saying it half the time. And just all the time. Like she's done you taking me home, baby, and stuff like that to me. And
Now you can do the cat mouth.
Exactly.
exactly, exactly.
Oh,
So,
that's funny.
yeah, and so did you have any besides the soup incident? Did you have any more behind the scenes
Favorites.
favorites or anything like that you remember from the series?
Oh gosh, I just loved every minute. I think probably the most special to me was the first episode, to be part of witnessing Johnny Lawrence, throw his first kick in over 30 years.
And he gave you a
You know,
pizza too,
outside.
so
That was
Yes,
always
yeah.
my
Well, he didn't
favorite.
give it to me. I went and picked it up off the ground and ate it. And I knew that was, a big moment, but I can remember Billy Zabka stretching before, and I think he said something like, I hadn't had pizza in a few months or something because he had been on this strict diet and, getting tuned back up and all of that. And he did great. I mean, he's a great athlete to be able to just slip right back in there and carry the series like he did, not only from a performance, but athletically and from a
mhm.
fitness level.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Especially like I loved it too when he does the kick and he's like, oh,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
first kick
I mean,
and
they got
yeah,
great stunt people, of course, but I mean,
yeah,
still,
yeah,
you got to have a high level of fitness to
sure.
be able to pull that off. So my hat's off to those
Absolutely.
guys.
Oh, it was amazing because, in the movie he was hated so much, and then to come back in the series and to
Yeah.
be like
He's probably the
America's
favorite character. Yeah.
underdog,
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, yeah, they flipped that.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why one of the reasons why it was so successful. But the big three were huge, huge, y'all probably know this, Karate Kid fans.
hmm hmm
So it was a labor of love for them and
Yeah.
and
Right.
like, they were just passionate about everything. And it showed, and that's why
Yeah.
it was so successful.
Exactly. Yeah. So you made a documentary called Beneath the Crown. What was that about, and where can our listeners watch it?
It used to be on US and international flights. I don't know, you might be able to Google it. It Beneath the Crown is about I think the night what was she, the 1967, 1967 Miss Universe, Sylvia Hitchcock Carson. Gosh, I haven't thought about it in so long. And she lived in Lake Worth, Florida, which is where my husband's born and raised. And I knew her, and she was very supportive of me when I first moved here from Charlotte, North Carolina, to this little town in the middle of Florida. And um, she was still in the business doing commercials, and she did a lot of print modeling. And um, she was, of course, physically beautiful, but she was also really athletic. She was a great tennis player, and she was also an artist. She loved painting and sculpture, and I think she went to the University of Alabama on an art scholarship.
Oh, wow.
maybe an art and tennis scholarship. So here is this woman that is not only one of the prettiest people you could ever see in your life, and perfect body, perfect teeth, perfect hair, perfect everything. But she was smart, and she was so athletic, and she was so talented. And she developed cancer, and I thought, you know what? We've got to tell her story. And I didn't know she was dying when I approached her, but I had always said, "Oh, I need to do a documentary about you, Sylvia." And I just felt called really to do it for some reason. And she was getting older, but we had only gotten into it for a couple of months when she was diagnosed, and she wanted to continue. And it's just amazing because we got to bring the cameras into some of the treatment rooms at the hospital, and they gave us access because everybody knew her, right? And loved her so much. But I was the one of the big blessings for me is that I had started researching a good documentary filmmaker in the Central Florida area, and I kind of wanted a woman, and I found Dr. Lisa Mills at the University of Central Florida in Orlando, and she and I just got along great. And she was in the news business for years and producing, and her husband's a cameraman, and then went back to school and got her doctorate and has been at UCF in their film department for a long time. Anyway, long story short, so we filmed this documentary about Sylvia, and she died, and it was just surreal to me, and I couldn't even talk about it for a little while because it was just, I don't know, it just was so shocking to my system, and to Lisa too. Um, but I'm proud of it, and her family is proud of it because they had no idea what it was going to end up like because
Mhm.
none of us are perfect, and but I wanted to honor her, and I think I did that.
Yeah. And Peter actually brought that up to us, our friend Peter Vonasak. So we just want
He
to
did.
thank
Oh,
him.
I
Yeah,
love
he's
Peter.
because I was like, hey, is there anything that we should talk about? And he brought that. That was one of the things he brought up. So, and I'm glad he did because yeah, that's
He
really
remembered that documentary.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. That's
He's
Peter.
such a cool
Peter's
guy.
awesome. So
He really is. Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
he's yeah.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Of
Yeah.
course, yeah. Thank you for sharing. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Andy Whitfield thing that we watched many
Oh,
years
yeah.
ago. I don't know if you know who that is, but he played Spartacus in the Spartacus series.
Oh,
He ended up getting cancer after the first season, and he had done like a documentary about it, and very similar. He actually passed away while it was being made and stuff, and
wow.
so yeah, that reminded me of that as well. It's like wow, it's just
Yeah.
it's a good thing it got
Yeah.
captured
She
because
he had,
maybe
and he, it sounds like he was like Sylvia, just had so much courage
hmm
and poise and dignity. And,
hmm
um, it was quite remarkable
yeah,
for life
it's
in general.
yeah,
She
that's
actually won the Miss Alabama beauty pageant wearing a borrowed bridesmaid's dress. And
jeez.
her sorority sisters entered her in it because, she was a little bit of a tomboy because she was so athletic. And she just kept winning and then won Miss Universe, right?
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you like? Uh, Producing, directing, or acting better?
My,
What's your favorite?
I would say my passion is still acting. If the writing is good, and it's a challenging role that I can try to sink my teeth into. That's still my passion. I got into producing back in 2014 because I just was tired of waiting for the phone to ring and wanted to feel like I had a little bit of control over my career. So, I had gotten to the age where I wasn't afraid to fail. And a lot of my friends were making some of their own short films. So that inspired me, and we inspired each other. And so I formed Her Little Red Productions and started, producing some short films and several documentaries. And Beneath the Crown was my first documentary because I do love documentaries. And I've done a few others with Lisa Mills, and one of them won a Southeastern Emmy, and another one got an Emmy nom. So, and it's because yeah, I know who to team up with, and Lisa Mills is a great documentary filmmaker. So,
And do
but
you yeah. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No. Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just finish up with this little bit.
Fine.
I finally uh, produced a movie called My Mother the Madam and sold it to A&E on Lifetime, and it aired this past December. So that's the first time that I have ever made any money off of anything. And that was my intention. I was like, you know what? I've got to get serious about this. I'm very proud of a lot of the short films that I produce are beautiful, pieces of art and,
Mhm.
film and, but never made a time. So I'm trying to learn how to work the commercial angle. And this buddy of mine in Los Angeles, Cullen Douglas, is a writer. And I said, Cullen, and we had worked together before. I executive produced a film of his called Portrait of a Woman at Dawn, was a beautiful film. But I said, we need to step it up, Cullen, and learn how to try to make some money. And we thought that Lifetime would be like the easiest first step for us with a lower budget and kind of have our calling card. And so he was intentional on writing the perfect format because it has a very specific format, and they bought it. So I'm so grateful, just beyond thankful.
It's awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Do
Yeah,
you enjoy doing the Hallmark films that you've done? You've done a couple of those.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is what Taste of Love and Mary Good Enough, right?
Well, A Taste of Love is actually the only Hallmark film that I've done.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mary Good Enough was an independent dark comedy
Okay.
that I just
See,
adored. I
you get the
loved
truth now. Yeah. Thanks,
it.
internet.
Yeah. But I'll tell you something about that movie that A Taste of Love that you would probably appreciate. I played Martin Cove's wife. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
That's
So I got to
awesome.
see John Kreese
Did
as
he
a
did he talk to you and do this when he was talking to you?
he did not. I got to see him in a totally different
Yeah.
role, in a totally different light. And we just had a wonderful time. And his son, Jesse Cove,
Hmm.
was the young male lead opposite Aaron Cahill. And yeah, we even attended a film festival together in Florida, and we did some press together. So it was a great experience.
Cool. Yeah, I did not know that. That's cool.
There you go, something you didn't know. And
Exactly. I
Mary
was
Good
getting,
Enough. I'm
yeah.
sorry,
And
go
I was
ahead.
saying I was getting nervous today because I hadn't learned anything new yet. So there we go.
And then Mary Good Enough, oh my gosh, it comes on every holiday season, so you've got to watch it. If you love Christmas, you'll love this movie, and if you hate Christmas, you'll love this movie. I mean, it's a little dark, but it's funny. And I play this neurotic mom, and my daughter, the lead, is Ray Levine Spielberg, and her love interest in the movie is her actual husband in real life, who is Sawyer Spielberg, Steven's son. And they are so talented and just adorable. And Joel Murray, Bill Murray's younger brother, I don't know if you
Mhm.
know him, but he's brilliant. He plays my ex-husband, and Comfort Clinton's in it, and it was one of my favorite roles ever. This mom, yeah.
Are there any books or movies that have inspired you lately?
Oh wow. Um, you know, I love a lot of character actresses, and one of my favorite performances is Helena Bonham Carter. I think no, Bonham Carter. Is it Carter? I think that was in Harry Potter and played oh, what is her name? She's the crazy mean witch. You may not be a Harry Potter fan. My kids could tell me right now. Uh
What was her name? Um,
Not Beatrice.
Beatrix. It was
Was it
Beatrix, wasn't it?
Beatrice? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that would be like my dream
Beatrix
role.
Lestrange, I think. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it is Bonham Carter. She used to be married to the guy. what's his name that did like the Johnny Depp Alice in Wonderland? She
Tim
was
Burton.
in
She
the
was married to Tim Burton,
Tim
wasn't
Burton.
she?
Yeah,
Or
she was married to Tim Burton. Yeah, I just love her in Harry Potter.
she's
Well, I
going to
love her
be
in
in the
anything, really.
next. She's going to be in the next season of White Lotus.
She is? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I hope she's playing something outrageous.
Right?
She usually does.
She can net, I mean, she is so good.
Oh
She's
yeah,
just
she was great in Fight Club. So,
she's all in. She's all in.
so how did Tulsa King come about?
It's another
Oh,
one of our favorite shows.
Yes,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
have,
And
and I
another
have
lie
another.
on the
Yeah.
internet, guys. I hate to pop your bubble, but I'll tell you how that came about. I had gotten a new agent in Atlanta, and we were like, "Yeah, well, you need to get on Taylor Sheridan's radar." And I was like, "Yeah, I do. I need to be in his next big Western." And they said, "Well, there's a small part in Tulsa King. Why don't you go ahead and just read for it?" And I read for it, and I got it. And so I went to Atlanta and shot it, and I looked great. They had the costuming was fantastic. I had this gold suit on, and usually, I haven't really done much work where I'm all made up. It's usually I'm, not made up and I'm looking rough or something. So I thought, oh wow, I'm going to be pretty in something. And so we shot the scene. It was in the brewery. I think it was the third episode of season 2. I can't even remember. And they ended up cutting it. So I wasn't in it, but they gave me credit. I was in the credits. And I thought, well, maybe they're going to bring me back for something bigger because it was just a smaller one
Mhm.
scene thing. And I'd like to go back for something bigger because it is a great show.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I just got through watching um, in between, another meeting and then this, I just watched Extracted, that reality show that Sylvester Stallone is executive producing. It's
Hmm.
like a survival kind of thing.
Oh,
And
okay.
I got into it last year. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like that kind of thing. I love the show Alone, the survival show Alone.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, those are my escapes, and these people, and that's what inspires me is if these people, these and some women can be out there alone, fighting the cold, fighting the danger, and get their own food, blah blah blah. I was like, I mean, I can just keep going another day, right? So it's
Right.
like mindless entertainment is what I need because life can be very
Yes,
challenging.
exactly.
Yeah.
We're curious, is the Manfredi house the same house as Sid's in the Cobra Kai series? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sure it is, because I was like,
Peter
wait a
would
minute.
know. He knows everything.
Who's that?
Peter.
Oh, Peter. I know we should ask him
Yeah,
actually. Yeah,
TK
he's
companion.
I know he is a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, when we
Yeah.
first were watching Tulsa King, that there was a scene on it was Sylvester Stallone's house, and he said that's Sid's house from Cobra. I was like, no, it's not. And then they showed a different angle. I'm like, oh,
You're breaking up just a little bit. I don't know if
yeah,
I am, but
no.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're thinking it is since it's filmed in the same location anyway. So, well, yeah, I'll ask Peter. He probably knows that. So, so how's the entertainment industry changed since like you got into acting till to now? Do you
I
notice anything different?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, back in the day, back in the 90s, we used to wear beepers. If our agent called us, we'd have to check our beeper and then we have to, go to a payphone or whatever. And then, finally we started getting cell phones and that made it much easier. But we also used to have to audition in person all the time.
Yeah.
And, if I had an audition in Atlanta, I'd have to drive to Atlanta or fly to Atlanta on my own dime, audition, come back home. And then if I had a callback, I'd have to do the same thing. Because you have to work as a local hire, usually. Sometimes I don't anymore. I don't do that. But back in the day, I did. So that's so much easier now. That's the silver lining of COVID that we can tape at home, have
Mhm.
our own little studio and just self tape. And that's just been so much easier on everybody, even though you do miss being in the room because you can get notes and because you don't know exactly what they want, and they can direct you. So you do miss that, but I would still rather self-tape than have to,
Mm.
be going all over the place.
Or
Sometimes you
something.
still have, like I did a Zoom callback a couple of weeks ago for an independent film that's shooting down in Fort Lauderdale, starring Grant Gustin, who's the Flash. I don't know if y'all are
Oh, okay. Yeah.
superheroes. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and that was fun, because usually you just book straight from the audition tape and you don't meet anybody. You don't meet the director until you're there. And they're like, "Hey, Susan, hey." And you're like, "Hey, thanks for the job." But no, this director was just wonderful. And I booked it, thank you, Lord. And actually had a fitting last week and got to see a bunch of them down there. And but that's even the first Zoom callback that I've had in a while. It's usually just you either don't get it or you're booked directly from the tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you do audition for roles, is there a definitive answer, or are there times that you just never hear back?
Never hear.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. And
That's
they're
not very
so
courteous.
busy. Yeah, they're so busy that I mean, you can't expect for your agent or your manager to get feedback on every audition because there's just not time.
Mhm.
And the one thing with the self tapes too is because I'm friends with a lot of casting directors, I've been doing this so long. And a lot of times, if you get the audition on a Monday and the tape is due by Thursday, which sometimes you don't even get that much. Sometimes it's a 24-hour if it's a last minute thing. And say it's due by Thursday, they may have already booked it on Tuesday. Because if they see somebody that's like perfect or they're like, we love her, then, your tape may not even be looked at. So I try to get mine in as early as possible. Just
Yeah.
because it's so competitive and there's so much
Oh,
rejection.
yeah.
Yeah, that you
What
try to eliminate some of these different things that could hurt you
Mhm.
was
by
there
being.
ever a role that you auditioned for that you were just crushed that you didn't get?
Well, not too much anymore because I learned a long time ago that you cannot get too excited and too high, and then you cannot get too disappointed and too low. I try and I put forth the effort to try to stay right here in reality and keep myself grounded because you will burn out. And there have been times where, I have been devastated and it should have been mine. And
Mhm.
I think what bothers me is that because I am from the South, when they say, "Oh, well, we want an authentic Southern accent," and then they hire somebody from Pennsylvania who's doing the fake TV Southern
Yeah.
accent. It's like you didn't want a real Southern accent. That should have been mine. Their loss.
Loss. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for anybody that's starting out now?
Well, I think that to last in this business, you need to have support, whether emotional support, financial support is very important because it's hard to make a living doing this. Now, Florida back in the day, back in the 90s when I was starting out here and recently, had recently gotten married, we had a lot of union commercial work, like because we have the theme parks, we've got SeaWorld and Disney and Universal Studios, and then those are in Orlando, and then in Tampa we've got Busch Gardens, and we would book one national commercial year or even 2 years, and that would help, kind of help pay the bills and keep the lights on and be able to fund your theatrical career because it is so hard and it's harder to make, big money. But you can make really good money with a national commercial. So, but a lot of those are now non-union. And
Wow.
I'm fortunate that, my husband is very supportive and he has a job that keeps the lights on. But a lot of my friends it's really hurt them because like my best friends are people that I've been competing with for 30 years. So if
Yeah.
I don't book it, then I want Trudy to book it. And she doesn't book it, then we want Lisa or Mary Rachel, or that we're just friends. And there's not a lot of union commercials that are shot in the state of Florida. They used to come down during the winter because it's so warm and they bring their families and stuff. And I used to keep an apartment in New York years ago and was really uh, starting to hit the commercial market and getting callbacks and having to have my passport overnighted and stuff like that. And they still have a lot of union commercials. In LA, they still have union commercials. But I mean, you can make, six figures off of one commercial. So those days are over in the state of Florida.
Oh, wow. So, what's next for you? Any upcoming projects you're excited about, or what should the listeners keep an eye out for?
Well, I'm shooting this film down in Fort Lauderdale, in the middle of the month, this month. And then I've got three things that are coming out I'm really excited about.
Good.
The biggest role that I have in one of the indie films is called The Big Game. And I play Joel Murray, who I played his ex-wife in Married Good Enough. I play his wife in The Big Game. And it's a dark comedy, and
Oh, cool.
you better buckle up.
Awesome.
We love dark comedies, so yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you know who Jim Cummings is. He wrote and directed and starred in the indie film Thunder Road. I mean, Thunder Road, if you've never seen it, you've got to see it. It's one of my
Okay.
favorite movies of all time. It's one of the indie movies that they use in film school as an example of how to make a successful independent feature because it won at Sundance a few years back. And he's got a television series that just premiered at Sundance a couple of weeks ago because this movie, The Big Game, he's one of the executive producers. So and I had done an indie film called Beast Beast that premiered at Sundance several years ago. And it was a low budget, but I really liked it. And I knew that Jim Cummings was attached and one of the producers. And I'm like, I'll do anything that Jim Cummings is involved with because he is so crazy talented. So The Big Game is one of his. And the writer director, Stephen Musamichi, is just a brilliant filmmaker. And I'm so happy to be part of this. And I cannot wait for people to see it.
Very cool. Awesome.
And then
Awesome.
I've got a period piece called Plucked, like the bird feather plucked.
Okay.
It was set in the 1800s, and a female writer and producer and star named Katie Vinson. It's her film, and I had done a short film of hers many years ago and just adore her and Usher Morgan, who is her partner. So, I played this fancy lady, and I got to wear the costume, so that
Oh,
was a lot of
cool.
fun. Yeah, and then so that's hitting the festival circuit soon, and then it's going to have a limited release in theaters sometime in 2026. And then the third thing I've got coming out is called One of the Good Ones, and that premiered a couple of weeks ago at a film festival, and that's going to be out on Amazon in March. So
Not far
yeah,
off.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Susan, so our last question that we ask, because
Okay.
Justin's a drummer and our podcast is called Drumming Up Conversation, who is your favorite drummer?
Who is my favorite drummer? Well, you know what? I'd have to say, first of all, my big brother, because I think I even
Yeah.
mentioned earlier that,
Yes.
he played the bongos and he played the drums, and that my mother, because she was a musician, jazz musician, and my sister, is the composer. There was a lot of music in our home growing up. So my brother would be my favorite one, but I had the honor and the privilege of meeting Ringo Starr a few years ago in New York City. I know, right? I
Oh,
know.
He's coming
Um,
to Arizona in March next month. Yeah. And
yeah.
we're debating whether to spend the money or not, but it would probably be the last time we'd ever see a Beatle.
yeah.
Yeah, this is very,
I-
very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got to, give shout
Oh,
out
sure.
to Ringo
Yeah.
Sure.
Starr. Yeah.
Ringo, yeah, he's one of my big inspirations for sure. So
Yeah.
that's yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there's never a bad answer, but Ringo is a very, very good answer. So, and you got to meet him. That's cool.
That's so cool.
So that's awesome. All right. So last thing really we have is just where can our listeners find you and everything that you're up to?
Okay, well, thanks. On Instagram, it's I am Susan Gallagher, and on Facebook, it's Susan Gallagher. There's a personal page, but what happens is once you hit 5,000 friends, they max you out. So
Mhm.
I didn't know that. So I had to start a Susan Gallagher, more like a fan page. There's even a Homeless Lynn page that somebody started, but
Looking that up.
yeah, you can find me on both of those. And then I'm going to start being active on TikTok. So stay tuned.
Okay. Well, thank you for doing this. Really appreciate it.
Yes.
So
My pleasure,
You're just
guys.
one of
Thank
our
yeah.
favorites,
What
and
a-
we're just so happy every time we rewatch it and go back over your scenes. They're just so funny.
No, that
yeah.
just makes my day, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Cobra
So
Kai never died. I mean,
the
you
Cobra
know,
Kai never died.
Speaking of
never
that,
died.
Oh,
we have Cobra Kai tattoos as a family. We got and mine says Cobra Kai never dies, and his says no mercy.
yeah.
And then we have
Awesome,
our
guys.
Miyagi-Do tattoos also.
Aw. So you
And they're
got
gonna
both.
yeah, well we're told by Kayvon that they're gonna be featured in the Kai Hard stock. So
Oh, that's
which I
perfect.
know you're
That's
helping with.
perfect. And
So yep.
Yeah.
So
yeah, yeah, with Drew. I love Drew,
oh,
Cobra Kai
Drew and
Kid.
Jerry and they're all
Yeah.
so
Oh
great.
my
Yeah, they've
God.
all been on.
They are.
They're what's
Yeah.
that?
They've been
Yeah.
on your show? Oh,
Yes, yeah,
good.
they've all been. Oh, yeah, yeah. The Drew and Jerry was just like we felt like we had known them for years, and
Yeah.
like it was just a fun episode because right out of the gate we're just laughing and joking with each other and saying Cobra
That's
Kai
right.
lines and all that. So it was a lot of fun. Then Kayvon was fun, just learning that aspect of being a director and everything else as well. So
Yes.
really
Yeah.
cool.
You know, we had a little mini reunion at my condo in Atlanta. And Drew brought the camera crew and all of them, and they interviewed a lot of the cast that from Atlanta that came, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, we'll let you get to dinner and feed the dog and all that good stuff. But thank
Okay.
you again for doing this.
Thank
We
you so
appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right, so.
It sounds like there's some fun stuff coming out.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
busy. She's very busy.
That's
And
good.
yeah, when I started like diving into everything she's done, I was like, wow, like she has been doing this for quite a while. And yeah, research it can be tough because you get some stuff wrong, but it's nice that
Yeah.
it gets corrected, because it said that she's done a few homework things. Those are two of them. I do my best. We do our best. Yeah, she's
She's
fun.
one of our
That's yeah, seriously, like we've used the meth and burrito thing and
But that opening
opening
scene
scene.
when Johnny's fighting and she picks up that pizza, oh my
He's
God.
eating it, watching
The
it.
first time we watched, we were like, oh my God.
She's where did she get it? Where did he drop it?
She's great.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of fun. So again, thank you, Peter, for helping out with, a couple things that we might have missed and
Yeah.
as far as research goes and things that she's, passionate about. And it was nice talking about that because as soon as she was saying that, I was like, oh my God, it's like the Andy Whitfield thing that we watched where you're just kind of watching all this happen like
Mhm.
live.
Yeah.
And just so, to a point we understand just from watching that, but that's a lot, to have that mortality right in front of you
Mhm.
and it really makes you appreciate just, every day and just, make the most of it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're very grateful for her coming on and talking to us and, you know, um again with the Tulsa King thing, and I was like, "Well, I know we would have noticed her and
Yeah.
but that scene was very like all over the place, so maybe we just missed it real quick. But yeah, I didn't know it had gotten cut. But yeah, hopefully they bring her back for some more because she would be a great fit in that show for
would.
sure. I could see her playing opposite of Dana Delaney,
Yes. Yep.
kind of
Like an old friend. Yeah.
Yeah, or even just someone that,
Rival,
right,
even.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, yeah, yeah. Wow, yeah.
No
So,
meow, Lucy.
yes. So great. Oh man, the Cobra Kai fans, Karate Kid fans are the best. So, I mean, we're learning that all the time. So, but
Oh, I can't wait to check out the Homeless Lady Lynn page.
yeah, I'm gonna look that up once this is going.
That's
So,
awesome.
but yeah,
Awesome. So, intro and outro music is provided by Arizona prog metal band Temporal Displacement. You can listen to their music anywhere you listen to your favorite music, Spotify, Apple, any of those.
really.
And then you can email us at drummingupconversation@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Drumming Up Conversation, and on X, Drum Conversing.
I forget the camera's over there
Yeah,
now.
I know. You can listen to our audio version on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. You could catch our video version on YouTube. Don't forget to do all the great things. Subscribe, rate, review, follow,
Be a friend, tell a
be a
friend,
friend,
yep,
tell a friend.
subscribe, all
Yep,
that good stuff. So,
yep.
yep. For Drumming Up Conversation, I'm Justin Wood.
I'm Andrea Wood.
No mercy.
Drumming up
Yeah.
conversation.